Hello and welcome back to Saber Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, and I've got a bug in my eye, and I'm loaded with sharp objects that I can't swing at it with. Go away. I think I just nailed him. Nope, nailed him that time, though. But guys, what we're doing today, we are going to compare throwing hatchets and see if they're worth taking to the woods with you. Guys, I don't know. Some of these, maybe. Others, I'm just going to straight up say, almost assuredly not. These two, these little ones, almost assuredly not. But guys, we're going to try them out and see how I like them. But the first thing we're going to do, we've got our chopping block made into a throwing block. Let's see if we can stick any of these. So we're going to go from smallest to biggest. And as I go, I'm going to tell you what the brand is. So these are Perfect Point throwing hatchets that I picked up during the thrift store camping challenge last year. That's a 3-part challenge. If you haven't watched it, why have you not watched that? But in the meantime, I'm going to throw one regular way. I'm going to throw one point first and see if we can stick either one. Let's see what we can do with it. Nope. Almost. Now this is not exactly a throwing hatchet, but it's a common type that you see in throwing hatchet places. This is a steel-handled Schrade hatchet. Short-handled, but it's got a big, heavy head. But that steel handle, you never have to worry about breaking the handle out of these whenever you're doing this. But, guys, let's see if we can stick it. I hit the ground. Fail. The disadvantages of being a black tool is you get lost amongst the black ground. All right, our next contestant is a cold steel 22-ounce throwing hatchet, and it has that weird design, like the weirdest hatchet I've ever seen. Now, I've already cranked both of these down, so this head shouldn't move. But we're going to try our luck throwing it and see what we do. Well, I knocked one of the other ones out at least. Now, last but not least, we have the Olympia Tools throwing hatchet. It's actually a multi-tool. This is supposed to be a shovel of some variety. But I think it's going to be pretty nice for throwing at that chopping block. Oh, it got so close. I got to give it another shot because it got so close. All right, that's the end of that. Got to get that gram photo. If you ain't following the gram, you're missing out. So guys, I threw every one of these. Which one did I like the most to throw? The Olympia. It's the one I think has the most chance of sticking. And it's got the most weight of any of them, oddly enough. Even though it's not like a very wide head, it's just a piece of stamped steel. But it has the most chance of sticking, so I think it wins the best throwing hatchet for me. But guys, let's see how they do for regular, plain old hatchet things. All right, guys, so we're gonna do something that everybody camping needs to do, and that's cut up wood. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna fight the bugs that are everywhere, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start whacking and see what I think when I'm done, as much as I want to do. Whew! Lord! And it still ain't apart yet. This thing is awful, and I'm not using it anymore. Sorry about your luck. Okay, now that we have flat out eliminated one, let's try our luck with our charade. There we go. Not bad. Comfortable. This handle's a little bit skinny, but not bad. Let's try our cold steel next. All right, guys. Let's try our cold steel. Not bad. Not bad. But I will complain, this handle is designed to throw, not to chop. So that's one mark against it. But it did better than the other two for sure. All right, guys, so let's try our Olympia tool out here. Well, she's stuck in it. By far my best chopper. Nice, deep, clean cuts. It did get stuck in the wood a little, but I'd rather it stick in that wood a little and cut better than to have to work at it like crazy like I did the first one. But guys, let's go to another test and see how they do. All right, guys, so let's try our luck splitting. We'll need to split at some point while we're out camping and things. We're going to start the opposite end this time. We're going to start with the Olympia tool and work our way down. So this is a quarter piece. I didn't want to try my luck with a full-sized one because I don't think these will easily go through that big of wood, but it might do this. Let's see how she does. Not bad. Not bad. Very easy. One deep hit, and then a couple of lackadaisical hits. So the Olympia tool did pretty good. Let's try our luck with the cold steel. Here we are. Here's our cold steel. Let's see how it does chopping. Whoop. My block ran off on me. Is it broken too? Yeah, more or less. Close enough that I can break it in two. So, 2 shots. Not bad, not bad. Let's see what you look like. So, like I say, 2 shots to get this through that piece of wood. And just so you can see it wasn't a fluke, I'll pick that same piece of wood back up and hit it again. There. Not bad at all. Good chopper. Well, let's try our last one. All right, guys. Let's see how the little charade does for itself. Not bad. Not as good as either of the others, but serviceable. Not bad. Well, guys, I think that's plenty enough testing. Let's bring them up where I can talk to you about them. All right, guys, so we've got our 4 hatchets here. I did pick this last pair up to talk about. Now, guys, these hatchets here, they're cheap, stamped steel, light, small, and not worth your time. Guys, honestly, for the money I paid for these, I could have done better just bought me a nice knife and not a not so great anything. This isn't a good throwing hatchet. It's not a good plain regular hatchet. But let's just throw these on the ground. The charade. Now, this is not our charade's first time on the channel, and I will repeat many of the things that I've said about it before. This is a serviceable hatchet. Yes, you can use it for a throwing hatchet. You saw we threw it. It's not damaged in any way. It will chop. It will split. It will hatchet. it will hatchet. Now, do I think this is the best option? No. No, I don't. The handle is short and spindly, and the weight is light, but not too light. But this will cause you to work harder than our other two hatchets that I still have left to talk about. But for the time being, we're going to lay this gently with love onto the ground. Now, our next hatchet, the cold steel, what's the technical name of this? Professional throwing hatchet. So this is definitely a throwing hatchet. It is weight forward. It wants to leave your hand. This handle is made specifically for such. Now, this is a serviceable hatchet. It works. And with this design, with that split head design, you should be able to replace the handle on this relatively easily, which is something worth thinking about when you're doing hatchets. But guys, this is not the winner either, but I will lay it gently on the ground with love, because this is a good, serviceable hatchet, even though it's not made to do things out here in the woods. Now, our winner is the Olympia Tools Hatchet Multi-Tool, I believe it is. So, this has the most area. It's got an edge from here on all the way around to here. This has the most chance of sticking. This is probably, maybe not our most heavy, but nearly our most heavy hatchet. This would be nice to choke up on to work with. Here, I'll just show you real quick. So if we had our little piece here and we needed to choke up and work on it, this feels pretty decent for that purpose. You know, if I needed to carve something, I think I could do it with this throwing hatchet. But though it is the best of our hatchets today, it's not the tool for the job. And by that I mean, this is not the best hatchet for coming out into the woods. Guys, if you're gonna buy a hatchet, buy a hatchet. If you're gonna buy something, buy the hatchet for the job. You saw in the carpenter hatchet versus camping hatchet video, that video showed and displayed quite nicely. Hatchets are made to do a particular job. Just because it says hatchet doesn't mean it does the same thing as every other hatchet. This hatchet probably is best off as a fun toy to play with on a camp out. This is not something I would put in my pack and trust myself with. I'm afraid this handle's not going to last, because eventually I'm going to whack it just right to crumble it, and then I ain't got no handle, and probably this steel only sticks probably that far into this handle. But guys, this is the winner out of the throwing hatchets. Which hatchet should you own? The Olympia Tools Multi-Tool Hatchet. But that's all there is to say for that. Guys, that's all there is for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification, kill this ant on my belly, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't do anything except help me, and I would very much appreciate your help. Thank you for watching. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.